Do you want to fight? No, these ones seem alright. Let's see what's in here. I mean, we are in here. Let's explore everything. Oh, this is a centaur? Looks like one. It will probably have another name. This looks like a shop. This looks like a laptop. It reminds me of Fallout a little bit. These look like bad though. Oh, Aldo. Arlo. Okay, Arlo. It's actually nice that I'm healing over time. Instead of, I don't have to use rest necessarily. Nestor. Wow, lots of named people in here. Let's talk with the proprietor maybe. You see the tall figure of a creature standing before you. The lower portion of its body resembles that of a goat. Alright. However, just above its powerful forelegs, its shape takes on a more human appearance with a man's torso, arms and head, all of which are covered in polished armor. The creature's eyes are closed and it appears to be sleeping. Let him sleep. Maybe this is an inn of sorts, and he's sleeping like this because he can't lie down. Maybe. Though I think goat can lie down. I mean, not lie down completely. Even horses lie down completely. The thing is that they don't, because they are more vulnerable to predators, because it's difficult for them to get back up. And that's why they sleep standing, and they rest one leg at a time. I don't know if that applies to him. Let's talk with Nestor. You see an aging man in soiled and tattered clothes frantically pacing in the corner. His shock of filthy white hair sticks out in every direction, and his face, encrusted with dirt and streaks of dried blood, is covered with grey stubble. Every few seconds he stops pacing and flails about suddenly, muttering and cursing as if assaulted by some unseen foe. He does not seem to notice you approach. At the sound of your voice, the old loon whirls about to face you, his wide staring eyes bulging in their sockets. He regards you for a brief moment, then returns to his ravaging. No, it's not you. Ho ho. But soon, yes, soon. Who are you talking to? The old man seems oblivious to your presence. Ho ho ho. He's Father Christmas or something. You'll come, yes, you'll come, and old Nestor will be waiting. What are you waiting for? Waiting, yes. He suddenly plops down on the floor as if overcome by exhaustion. Long have I waited, waiting. He takes a deep breath and springs back to his feet. Wait forever if I have to. Do you hear me? You're right. No. Nestor's face turns beet red and his whole body shakes in protest. My fork. Can't live without my fork. Ho ho. Fork, fork, fork. Your fork? Fork, fork, fork. Can't go home without my fork. Nestor's frenzy reaches a violent crescendo. He begins hopping up and down maniacally, then suddenly stops, lowers his head, and runs headlong into a large wooden cupboard that stands against the back wall of the flop house. Okay, this is a flop house. Alright. The force of the impact knocks the old man flat on his back. After a few seconds, he stands back up, a dazed expression on his face. Gone, stolen, can go home without my fork. Who stole it? Nestor stares at you for a long moment, then begins rummaging through the pockets of his filthy tunic. After a few seconds, he produces what appears to be a dismembered ear. Judging by the stench and color of the ear, you'd wager that the old loon has been toting it around in his pocket for some time. You have my fork, don't you? Don't you? Ho ho! He holds the ear close as if speaking to it. Bring back my fork. We may have met the guy he's referring to. Maybe. I have no idea. We met a guy without an ear. Waiting. Oh, he shakes his ear violently as he shouts into it. Until you bring it back, then I can go home. Well, if I happen to find his fork, it will be fine. Otherwise, we will just go on. But he means silverware, so a eating fork. I thought a pitchfork or something.
Updated my journal.
Well, we are gathering quests because we need experience and everything, so not complaining, Arlo. You see a short, balding man standing in what serves as the foyer to this ramshackle flophouse. His bushy brows are furrowed in concentration as he picks at what appear to be scabs on his large bulbous nose. Greetings. The man doesn't bother to look up. Instead, he continues to stare cross-eyed down at his nose. Yeah, what do you want? Yeah, I could. Oh my god, sorry. I could rest here, but what about questions? Well, ain't that nice? He flashes you a sarcastic yellow-toothed smile. And I'm sure you'll find your answer someday, but I've got me a business to run, so if you don't want a bed, then I suggest you pack off. I don't really want a bed. Oh, he is sleeping by standing. By the way, these lines are going too fast for me to read, actually, but I think he was talking about how weird it is that he sleeps. Must be right-handed and having 4 legs. That he sleeps. I do just fine with 3. Oh, God. Sleeping by standing. Still, it is a little bit unnatural because he's supposed to be humanized, so he might as well lie down. Horse folk sleep standing up. Because it makes sense in nature for them as animals, but I don't know. This guy looks like he's humanized. He's not a beast. You are just hive dwellers. Yeah, and they're telling me that this place is dangerous, which it is. I've learned that. I'm not going to disturb the centaur. I so want to hiss back at this Abishai, but maybe I know better.
All right.
Another one. This one are... yeah. By the way, I'm fine now. I'm starting to be fine with the... oh, no. Yeah, you. If you're alone, yes. No, no. You're doing that.
Damn.
Yeah, you missed. I think maybe we can pursue him and corner him. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Dabus. I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry. Another one. They stuck. Good. I don't really have a problem with fighting them now, which is good. Because, you know, you have to overcome that eventually. Okay. I still prefer if it's only one. Come on. You both failed. Look at... Just a little bit ridiculous. But it's fine. Now he will be cornered. Nope. How do you stop them? Is there a way you could just stop them from fleeing? Good job, Morte. It didn't have any... oh, alright. Careful with the loot. Copper earring. Crude copper circlet. Looks like it was the victim of an eager lover, or something that enjoys eating metal, for it is bent on the side and bears teeth marks. Okay. I love how the items you can use are not just potions, they're full items. I think I've said that, but it does remind me a little bit of Dark Souls. You know, these are basically potions. By the way, I shouldn't be using this ever, because I need that. Oh, you can put this there? Alright then. Oh, we found this cobblestone. This is a polished cobblestone that was lodged into the zombie skull. Alright. I need to give some of this junk to Morte. Really? You know what? You take that as well. Just because You're fighting with that? Alright then. Don't know what the cobblestone would be for. Okay, I'm leaving it here, but I have to remember not to consume it, because if I ever end up in the mortuary again, I need it.
Hey, Cutter! Come here! Come on in and sleep it off! Have a good one!
You gone?
Here you go, Cutter. She's all
I
yours.
got a good place for you to stay. Come inside. You live longer.
I think I've got them.
Beds in here, Cutter. Come on in.
Oh no! Okay. Oh, I clicked. Let's see if I can grab one. Nah, oh, they are still down there, but I can't oh, I see some people here that I cannot get to. They must be from the other map, so...
All right.
I'm going on exploring, and no matter... What? Jitzerai townsperson. I want to explore the whole city, and if I happen to stumble into my quests, well done. Well done, I mean. But I'm not really following a quest right now, I'm just exploring. This man slowly turns as you approach. His eyes are like two black stones. They briefly flicker over your frame, then he locks gazes with you. Although this man looks humanoid, he has a yellow cast to his skin and gaunt features. He has a thin, angular frame. His limbs look like they're made of nothing but strings of muscle knotted around the bone. His clothing is a curious blend of sharp colors and dull, mud-stained browns. Greetings. The man remains silent. He does not acknowledge your greeting, merely stares at you. Okay. Questions? Give it up, Chief. Talking to Ajith is like trying to make good with Razorvine. Let's go. Ajith. Yeah, Ajith. Morte glances at the Ajith, who is still staring at you. We'll talk about it some other time. Well, if he doesn't answer me, maybe I should wait and confide in Morte. Before getting into trouble. This window, if that's what it is, seems to be made from a blue stone that shifts and bends. As you look at it, it glows softly in the dim light of the city. I don't know what this is, but it doesn't have any doors. Nope, no doors. Oh, there it's the door. Hive merchant. Oh no, I don't really want to enter here. Herbs, spices and fruits. What is this structure? Oh, looks like we got to the market.
You can't afford to
Fish.
get cut off.
Pewter tankards. Really? Is that important? Clothing. Crude wooden cart. It looks like it would fall apart if anyone tried to use it. What are these? Lim Lim. They are frogs with dragonfly wings? This odd looking little creature appears both insect and animal in origin. Its legs are oversized, but its arms are small, nearly vestigial, and a brightly speckled half shell runs down its back. It sports twin pairs of insect-like wings and has tiny black eyes and a mouth that always appears to be smiling gleefully. That must be adorable. Why would I kick him? Why would I pet him? What if it bites me? Let's see. I'm gonna try. Pio Pio. Oh, the Lim Lim bunches about merrily, its wings buzzing. It seems to enjoy the affection immensely. Maybe they're just dogs. You know, the equivalent of dogs. It's adorable. I want one.
Can't afford to get caught off guard.
This is not a door.
Only top of the line.
Yes.
Here we are,
No.
Professor. I think we can fit you out.
So why there were 3 of them dead around that guy? I'm starting to think that the box that we have is not good at all. There must be something very dangerous in it. Ooh. Don't kick them. Did you kick them? An old shopkeeper's cart, and the wooden slats of these boxes are warped, allowing you to see inside the boxes. Old rotting sacks of grain. The boxes hold rotting sacks of grain.
Just look natural. Casual.
You mean this guy? Kratok!
Here, the finest Toledo.
Oh. This huge box appears to double as a podium. So, should we go ahead with this?
Can't afford to get cut off.
Rain barrels. These barrels are empty. The hoops binding the wood are almost completely rusted. If container is locked. There is nothing in it. This bench looks like it's ready to collapse. Reekwind. Wow, what is this? It's all broken. Iron nails. Okay, this space doesn't seem to be too big, so I'm gonna open it up if I can. Yeah, this doesn't look good. It may lead to the alley where they try to mug me. Ash mantle, oh my god. So many people to talk to.
Come on off with you there. Let's go. All right, Governor, don't talk.
I will have to check on these merchants, all of them, just to get an idea. Do I have a clue about what this is before entering in, before barging in? I meant. You know what I meant? No. Oh. That's a private home? Brasken. Wow, your home looks nice. In a loud booming voice, Brasken asks, "What in the name of the abyss are you doing in my house? Leave now before I make you even more ugly than you already are." Well, you have a portcullis as a door, fine. I mean, he's right, I'm intruding, but this house looked almost like, I don't know, the city dungeon. Something like that. Let's go in here. This is a house? This a house, woman? You see a plump woman going about her chores. She doesn't notice you entering the room. What are you doing in my house? Don't you have any manners? You don't go around entering people's houses. I'm sorry. Well, now you know. Please leave now. I didn't know anyone lived here. True. It seemed like a public building. Please leave now and close the door on your way out. I have many chores I still need to finish and I don't need any more interruptions. Why don't you close your door? Yeah, I mean, this looks like some sort of observatory or public building. Well, let's oh my God. Let's try and talk with Craddock, I suppose, right? Oh, that limb. We have kicked him. You see a huge man watching the area with a tight-lipped frown and narrowed eyes. He's hunched slightly as if bearing a heavy load on his shoulders. The unpleasant smell of sweat and dirt wafts from his clothes. My God, this game really brings out everything with just words. Like, you can smell that. The man glances down at you and his frown deepens. What you're sniffing around here for? I'm not sniffing. You Craddock? Mayhap. He studies your face as if trying to recall you. If I am, what be it to you? I come with a message from Bind the sender. The message states the shipment must be incursed by the third day or there will be a penalty. Ah, this one is not the one that I need to... this one is not the one of the box, right? Let's see. By the hells, can they be such fools that they think we can miracle it there? Alright then, your message has found its way to the right ears, for all the good it will do. Okay. Look around you. Craddock nods at the laborers in the marketplace, then scowls. These laggards and the half-wits can barely keep up with the load as it stands, and now it needs doing in half the time. Do you need help? I'll tell you what I need. All my men to show up for work. Jelai is gone missing since this morning. I need him back now. Where did he go? That hive-bred goat is probably passed out on the street somewhere by the smoldering corpse when he should be here helping us, worthless soul. Well, you know, I can find him for a price. Craddock is silent for a moment and nods. You find Jelai, you tell him to drag his worthless pub-ridden hide here. I'll pay you for your trouble. He frowns. When you found him, now get... Likely by the smoldering corpse.
Updated my journal.
It's south and east of here. Head through the southeast gate and head east for about a block. It's got a mess of drunks outside. Can miss it. Jelai is most like somewhere around there. Alright. But let me... You see Craddock, his scowl has deepened. Okay, I cannot ask him questions. Maybe later. This one has a name. Porphyra. Oh, she's like lecturing, not lecturing, she's, yeah, you know, when somebody stands on something and just talks, and, or maybe when you're around the town and somebody's like, be afraid of God, it's gonna come, the apocalypse, stuff like that, I don't know. Where the lady... Where... Okay, I give up. Too much choice. Giscorl. Let's try going in this way around and start with the first merchant. This older merchant has a worldly look to him. His deep voice is gentle but confident. Confident. Hello there. Are you ready to sample some of the most delectable treats from across the plains, my good man? Questions first. He shakes his head. Then I advise you to seek answers elsewhere, sir. I deal only in exotic foodstuffs, spices and herbs, and have no time nor care for little else. Yeah, that makes sense. What do you have? All manner of delicacies to delight your palate, my good man. Arborean fire seeds, garbar root, Elysian pears, crimson lotus petals, Bytopian shepherd's bread, shift spice from the chaos of limbo, and the sea plums are what I have at the moment. Merely 5 coppers for a taste of anything you'd like. I don't know. Ask about something's taste? How do the petals taste like? I can only suggest that you try it, my good man, and see for yourself. Purchase something? Yeah, but I would like the pricing first. What about these petals? The old man offers what looks like small brownish red flakes. Upon closer inspection they are revealed to be dried flower petals. This may make you a bit dizzy, my good man, so take care once you've eaten them. Nah, I don't want to alter my stats or something. What about Giscorl? Giscorl. You see a spindly looking merchant with a brush of grey and red stubble across his chin. He wears several layers of brightly colored robes, so that he looks like a flag with arms and legs. He's shaking slightly as you watch. Well? Giscorl. Okay. He bows and spreads his trembling hands. As he does, you notice his hands are forearms. His hands are forearms. And forearms are a twist mass of black scar tissue, as if they were once badly burned. How did you hurt your hands? Giscorl doesn't seem to have hurt you. He answers only with this spiel, delivered in the same flat monotone. Giscorl buy clothes, sell clothes, wash clothes, mend clothes, and he gestures at his layers of clothing with his shaking hands. Wear clothes. Okay, what about your hands though? Giscorl monotone breaks. Giscorl buy clothes. Oh, okay. I think I'm making him uncomfortable. What do you have? Oh, okay. Oh, he has rags, bandages, and needle and thread. We don't really need any of this, but this is the shop's window. Great. Still. Well, at least we've seen it. What about you? You have goblets for some reason. This attractive young woman is smiling and beckoning to all passers-by as she calls out the virtues of her goods. Plates, jugs, cups, tankards. Drink from the goblets of the finest lords. Upon seeing you, she waves you over as if you were an acquaintance. Questions? Sorry, sir, I have no time for questions. I must sell what I can before the day is done. For my family is large and hungry. She holds open the lid of the crate behind her. Are you sure you wouldn't like to see what I have to offer? Well, look. You peer into the crate. It's full of plates, cups, jugs, tankards, cutlery, and the like. They look to be of varying degrees of quality, but some of it appears quite nice. As you're looking them over, she presses up against you. See anything you like, sir? Her long waving hair brushing against your shoulder smells faintly sweet like vanilla. Where does this all come from? She flashes a wicked grin. My lovers are all burglars, sir. These goods are pilfered from the homes of sigils nobles. Upon seeing your expression, she laughs sweetly. A jest, sir, merely. My father and brothers are tinkers. These are wares which are discarded from the nobles' manors and made good by them once more. Well, thanks. Oh, sir, but wait. She puts her hand on your forearm. Her touch is light as a feather. Are you sure there's nothing you need? Surely something for your own home or a gift. She bites her lip coyly, cocking her head slightly. I don't need anything. Sorry. I certainly don't need caps. Laborer.
Can't afford to get cut off.
You see a lean, tired-looking man. His clothes reek of dirt and sweat, and he looks out of breath. He ignores you as you approach. He looks like one of the common laborers. What about you? Jump, Lim, jump! The merchant seems to suddenly notice you. Oh, greetings. Would you like to purchase... no! Would you like to purchase one of these playful, gambolling limbs, my lord? Not yet! Nah, we're going to get into trouble and then they're going to get hurt and then I'm going to cry. What are they? They are from the outlands, my lord. Neither a woolly insect nor animal. They are... well... aren't insects animals? They are friendly, playful and quite loyal. He takes a sidelong glance at the limbs, then leans close to whisper. Pretty tasty too, in a pinch. Oh. They are like the nugs. Interesting. Well, he doesn't... it's good that they don't answer questions anymore, so you can just browse and browse their goods, and that will be it. What about you, Porphyra? This grim-looking woman spares you only a brief glance before returning to her rant on top of the stage. She has a powerful voice that carries across the marketplace, even cutting through the noise made by the merchants and the surrounding foot traffic. Okay, so we cannot listen to her speech somehow. A great darkness shall fall. The faction shall be cast out. 5 years hence, damnation? Where the lady's shadow falls, so do men fall. To the mazes they shall go. To be those who listen but do not heed. Even the factors themselves shall not be spared. I foresee the end. Okay, she's doing exactly that. I thought she was doing. Hey, Gahoa. Hey, what? Gaoha. You see a thin, yellow-skinned humanoid covered with a variety of dazzling tattoos. His eyebrows have been accented with black charcoal lines, and his teeth are filed to points. Ooh. He sees you and waves you over, rattling his dice in his hand. Oh no. Greetings. He displays a feral shark-tooth grin. His eyes are like shiny black orbs. His voice is low and raspy. Gaoa greets you as well. You have come to play a game? Yes? No? Questions. Gaoa's smile fades in an instant. He shakes his head. No interesting questions, have I? Only the game. The turning of the die, the glint of coin, won or lost. Yes, he shakes the bone dice in his palm. You have no interest in all these things? No. I don't gamble. Not unless I have a gambling skill. Sorry. Oh, night is coming, I think. Requeen. This man is looking at you with a strange bug-eyed stare. His eyes are huge, so huge they look ready to pop out of his sockets and roll across the cobblestones. He nods eagerly as you approach, bobbing his head like a bird. And as you near him, you suddenly notice the smell of urine and feces surrounding him. The man sniffles, wiping his nose on his sleeve, then opens his mouth to reveal black and rotted gums. Stories for coin, sir? His breath reeks. It smells like the man has been keeping rotten meat stored inside his mouth. Stories for coin? Who are you? The man snorts thick with phlegm. Names, who you are. His head does a slight twitch every time he repeats himself. Names, dangerous. He glances at the ground and stirs the dirt with his foot. Dangerous? Knowing a name or being struck with one bodes a mess of trouble. He looks back at you. My name's a given name, not one asked for, Reekwind. Once again, you become conscious of his reeking breath and the smell of urine and feces that surrounds him. A given name, a given name. Is that your real name? Of course not. Not my true name, true name. Reekwind mumbles on, his head twitching every time he says name. A true name's a dangerous thing, gives others power. He stares at you with his huge eyes and wags his finger. Keep your name secret, keep it close, never let it out. Well, he's actually right, because once somebody knows your name, well, your real name, that is. What do you mean? Names are like smells. Things can track you with them. Exactly. Reekwind coughs, his eyes almost popping out of his skull as he does so. His cough seems to loosen his bowels, for he breaks wind loudly, as if to accentuate his point. If someone knows a true name, it gives them power. He licks his lips. The power to hurt.